Michigan.
Thank you.
We're blue. We're blue.
Y'all a little purplish.
Now.
Y'all a little purplish. We're a little nervous. Listen, I am here because y'all matter this much. That is the point that I'm trying to make. And it doesn't mean that my home state of Texas does not matter. We just got a little bit more work to do. We got the numbers, but we lack the organization. But there's something so beautiful about coming to Michigan. It's because you already have a trifecta. You know what the prototype looks like. You know what we can be on the federal level. Whereas in Texas, we got a trifecta too. Looks a little different. So as you are out there on those doors, I need you to let those voters know, listen, you can have a Texas or you can have a Michigan. Now, neither state is perfect at all. Neither party is perfect, and neither candidate will be perfect. So as people come and talk to you and try to tell you about all the problems that they have with whichever candidate, let them know there is no perfection on this earth. But there is one team that is looking for a more perfect union, and that is the blue team. To tell you how bad the trifecta is in Texas, in January, they are proposing the death penalty as it relates to abortion.
Wow.
They're doing more than trying to take us back. They're trying to take us to a place that we've never been. I'm trying to tell y'all that it mattered for me to leave Chicago, where I haven't really had a voice. This is the best voice I've had. And come to Michigan, because what Michigan does can save my constituents in Texas.
Woo!
Every day that I'm out here fighting, even if I'm not at home, I'm fighting for the people that put me into this position. And I need y'all in this fight. I'm asking y'all, I know you are here because you are like, I'm down. But I'm asking you to go that extra mile. Because literally, my constituents may face the death penalty. It is already bad because they can be incarcerated for life. Simply for trying to live. That is who we are in Texas. That is not what we want to make the United States. But Project 2025 will take us there. They don't even want us to have contraception in this country. I'm trying to tell you that it's just that deep. I will come back to Michigan over and over again. I've been to Georgia, I don't know how many times. They have sent me to Philly, I don't know how many times. I have been to Arizona, I don't know how many times. I am going everywhere but home because I need every one of you to make sure that your neighbors, your friends, your family members, everybody shows up. Because it's bigger than just Michigan. We are talking about the United States. And frankly, we are talking about the world. Because I just got back from Taiwan right before I went to convention. Because I had to do the work. Sydney sits on foreign affairs. I don't sit on foreign affairs, but every single one of us have to consistently make decisions as it relates to what we are going to do, as it relates to our foreign relationships. So I don't base what I'm going to do on any TikTok, on any Twitter post, on any Facebook post. I base it on the conversations that I'm allowed to have with heads of states all over this world. And I can tell you that while we don't pay attention to everybody else's elections, everybody else is paying attention to ours. And they're nervous. They had issues when that other guy was in office. And if you listen to him, if you listen to who he believes our friends should be, whether we're talking about Russia, or whether we're talking about China, or whether we're talking about the new leader of Turkey, there's something that they all have in common. And it's something that we don't believe in the United States. He is a detriment to our status in the world. And we are the world leaders. And with that, we need a world-class leader. And there's only one person in this race that is a world-class leader. And it's not the time we've been developed. me, but on behalf of my constituents.
Thank you.
Because we're relying on you. You matter more than you will ever know. And I hope that you're able to tell future generations as we shift this country back and start to move towards progress about the work that you did to make sure that this country started to live up to the promise that it is made to all of us. The work that you did, the role that you all played, because it's not going to be us elected officials. It's going to be you, the people. You are the ones that have the power. Don't let anybody ever convince you otherwise. It's the only reason they're constantly trying to take our access to the ballot box, because we know who it is that we serve. This seat does not belong to me.
No.
I just happen to occupy it while the people have decided that I am the one to give them their voice. I'm begging y'all from the depths of my soul to leave it all on the field. Sha'Carri Richardson is from my district. And I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to watch the Olympics. Back in Texas, we took home a lot of from Simone Biles,
All right.
Sha'Carri Richardson,
Yeah.
to Simone Manuel. Listen, we were doing the thing. I'm trying to tell you that I need y'all to take it that extra mile. I need y'all to make sure that y'all are pushing and pushing and pushing, and you are running through the tape. We cannot slow down. I don't care about a daggone poll. I never have. In fact, I hate that I even had to get polling in my election, but it was right. But nevertheless, I don't care about polls. And I honestly don't care about excitement. What I care about is votes. So I need y'all to make sure that not only are you going out and you are encouraging people to vote and you are telling them the great message. I know the team here is going to give you all the information that you need. But when you hit those doors, actually listen to the people on the other side. I know they're going to give you a script and they're probably mad I'm telling you this, but y'all need to listen. Because what my issue is may not be that next person's issue. But we have something to offer every single person, whether we're talking about rural America or urban America, Black America, white America, Asian America, Hispanic. We have something to offer everyone. So we need to listen, because the one complaint that they have is that we never listen. So listen to what their issue is. If their issue is economic, then talk about the economic policies. Whether we're talking about the housing opportunities, whether we're talking about the investments as it relates to education, whether we're talking about the fact that we are constantly trying to fight for SNAP benefits, whether we're talking about small businesses and making sure that they have the capital that they need so that they can thrive. Just listen and then be responsive. I promise you, people will appreciate the fact that we are actually hearing them. Because so many people believe that government doesn't listen to them, but instead just tells them what they're going to do. That's not who we are. The final thing that I'll tell you is that if you watch the DNC, you may have seen my speech, you may not have seen my speech.
Yes.
I'm going to tell y'all something that I've not told anybody else. So y'all are the first to hear. We have an opportunity to elect someone that understands how important it is to listen and learn. Sydney didn't tell you, but the vice president, that was the beginning of the relationship that I have with the vice president. There's so many other stories along the way. But one of those stories involves the fact that here, maybe about, I don't know if it was a year ago, never really sure exactly when it was. Actually, it wasn't that long. It was this year. She sat down with a number of us that are in Congress. And it was towards really kind of the beginning-ish of the campaign. And she really just wanted to know what our thoughts were as relates to what it would take to communicate and what we were hearing. This is somebody that listens. I was shocked. So one of the things that we talked about was that two of the members that were sitting at the table had their student loan debt relieved. I haven't been so fortunate. It hasn't necessarily been my testimony. But I do know how impactful it's been. I've been in plenty of rooms where I've asked people to raise their hands if they've had their student loan debt relieved, and I always get hands that are raised. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. These are the real stories. I know how good my team is. I mean, I ain't got it, but I know how good my team is. I know that there's been over $170 billion of student loan debt relief. The highest number that I've heard when I've told this and done this in a room is $270,000 taken off of somebody's back. Now you imagine what you can do to start to build your generational wealth if you can get that kind of money off your back. So while the cost of food may still be higher, while the cost of housing may be higher, if you don't have $270,000 on your back, something tells me you may be able to afford a little bit more when it comes to the grocery bill. Nevertheless, two of the people sitting at the table said, hey, I had my student loan debt relief and I didn't know what happened. They were searching, and these are sitting members of Congress. They were trying to figure out what happened. And she said, what? We said, yeah. Like, I remember them in the group chat trying to figure out what was going on. And they finally figured out that that's what happened, that the Biden-Harris administration had relieved their student loan debt.
Wow.
She said, well, I thought that they were communicating to people that this is what was happening. We were like, no. Maybe about a week or two later, they started sending out letters, letting people know. This is the type of leader that will listen. She had no reason to try to talk to us as random House members that are nowhere near the line of succession from the presidency, but she did. And not only did she listen to us, she told her team, y'all need to fix this. So I'm trying to tell you, this is a real one. This is the person that you're fighting for. It is bigger than just voting against Donald Trump. It is actually voting for real leadership in the White House. So I thank you.